It's Jinx Day, and I'm late because I didn't think we were gonna get a chapter today, so I didn't even check. I only knew we got a chapter because I saw someone's video on it. As always, spoiler alert, and this might be my one of my last videos about Jinx on TikTok because it's shutting down here in the US. So if you are outside of the US, I'm so jealous of you right now. Adiós TikTok, que la suerte te acompañe. Okay, so the chapter starts with Jaejeon driving towards Dan, and then at this point Dan had already almost drowned. And then Jaejeon had to do mouth to mouth, and then he rushed into the hospital, the one hospital in town where he also works at, so everybody knows him there. If I had been a nurse at that hospital, I would have been like, oh, are you Dan's friend? You know, he works with us, and we have been noticing that his health is declining, and he doesn't really have anybody, friends or family. And if you know him, can you please take care of him? See, right now, everybody who lives here is old. If you hadn't been out at that time, he will have drowned. But hey, I am not a nurse at the hospital, so I couldn't say that. Anyways, obviously, Jaejeon was super worried about that, even more than he lets show. And he's like, are you stupid? Why would you do that? Because he is incapable of showing regular human emotion. Anyways, when Dan opened his eyes, he's like, oh, Mr. Ju, what are you doing here? And then Jaejeon is like, what are you talking about? You literally walk into the ocean. And then it's like, I don't remember that. Also, why are you here? And Jaejeon is like, that is not important. But we're seeing a flashback that when Potato went back to the gym and they were all working out, the team was like, oh yeah, we heard that you did a movie, send us pictures. And Potato sent a picture to the gym group chat, and that is when Jaejeon saw Dan, and he walked into the gym ready to beat up Potato, I swear. So if I had been Potato, I would have done the same. So I'm not judging Potato on this one. I know he had one job, but hey, mistakes happen. But to Dan, Jaejeon is trying to play cool, that doesn't matter why I'm here. What matters is, I want you to go back with me. And Dan is like, absolutely not. I'm here right now. And Jaejeon is like, is it because of your grandma? And Dan says this one thing that I was like, oh my God. He say, even if I didn't have my grandma, I would not work for you again, because, he doesn't feel like he should work for Jaejeon anymore. He's outgrew that job position. Jaejeon is like, listen, if it's about the spray thing, I already know you didn't do it. And then it's like, okay, well, good for you. I gotta go. Bye. And he gets up. The IV needle comes off him and everything, and he just walks away, leaving this expression on Jaejeon's face. And we will revisit this expression at the end. And then Jaejeon is like, oh, I thought if I just threw money at him, he will come back to me. And here is, I know it's a story, and the chasing arc is going to be, I do everything wrong at first until I finally get it right. I know that. I understand that. But Jaejeon, how are you gonna show up there telling that you're gonna offer him more money if he works for you, when you need him right now more than he needs you? Sure, Dan is wasting away, but I think it's because you basically kill the last bit of hope and love that was on him. We all know that when Dan came to you and you guys made that agreement, he had being taken advantage of, and the loan sharks used to beat him up, and he was very poor. He didn't even have a proper jacket, and his poor grandma was dying. And then he took care of you as a person, like he truly admired you, even with all the stuff that were happening. He truly thought like you were, wow, like he's a world champion. That is so cool. And he tried to take care of you as a human being. And he treated you nice. He cared about you. He made sure you were doing your training properly and you were getting in your best physical form possible. And I understand that you have your own trauma, and for the looks of it, somebody used to call you a loser a lot, and it's possible that you don't have a family and that you're an orphan. But how are you gonna tell Dan I will offer you more money if you come back with me when Dan got a second job to buy you a birthday present? Does that sound like somebody who only wants to be around you because of money? But hey, I digress. Anyways, thank you to Mingwa for giving me this chapter, because right now the US looks like this. That's what we're dealing with right now. So, not to mention that TikTok is shutting down in like 7 days. If you live outside America and you are like hiring right now, let me know. I speak English and Spanish.